Hey guys, welcome to another video. So the wife and I are out doing some traveling for some charity stuff that her company does in and around the areas that her company has locations at. And we are in downtown Toledo for this weekend. So I wanted to basically, as I said in the podcast, if you guys are watching Warren C podcast, hopefully you are. Thank you for those that did view it. Definitely hit the podcast, go through it, ask your questions so I can have those answers for everybody on the next podcast. The podcast is part of this channel, so you'll see it come up in the channel listing as well. But I wanted to, based on my discussion on that podcast, who you're repping section, kind of go out while I'm out in Toledo this weekend and shoot in the style of Bill Rauhauser. So if you don't know his style, he pretty much just shot life as it happened in front of him in the downtown streets of Detroit. So we're going to do that while I'm out and about with the wife this weekend in Toledo. And, you know, based on his style of shooting, he shot black and white back then. So I'm going to shoot black and white. So I'm going to go for using my simulation that I have set up on the X100VI. And I'm pretty much going to stick with the 35mm lens setup that's on it now with that 23 f2. So I won't be putting on the converter. And you may see me use the telezoom with some of the images and so forth, just so I capture the style of shooting of his. And then what we'll do after you go through some images and you see how I did, we'll talk about how I feel about his style and how I would incorporate that into my style of shooting as well. All right. Okay, well, let's go get it. Let's get out of here. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed the results of my images. You guys let me know, how close was I to Bill? Bill pretty much captured what was going on in front of him in the street. Whatever sparked this interest that he thought was something he wanted to capture with his camera, he went ahead and took a picture of it, and it was as simple as that. You know, 3 guys on the beach, light bulb over a guy's head, the lady sitting at a table smoking. If it caught his attention, something he felt he wanted to shoot, he did. And he shot primarily black and white. I'm assuming, and I haven't done enough research in this, and my bad. I'm assuming he shot black and white because that's what he preferred instead of shooting color. When he went out and did street photography, I should say. And he shot people and how they went about their daily lives on the street of Detroit. Really straight to the point, street photography, in my opinion, documenting what he saw in front of him. When I look at the images that I shot of his that I like the most, that I think to me represented his style, was one of the first photos, which is 2 people in front of the hotel that I was coming out. One was the valet guy, and I think one was the customer waiting for their car. I really like how that image came out, especially when you have the stark light contrast between right there in front of the hotel with the dark shadows and the blacks, and then you have the bright highlights out further where the sun is hitting the buildings and so forth. I love how I caught them both kind of looking out like they were waiting, and how I was able to get detail in the hair at the very edges of the hair, like hair light, for the person that was closest to me. Another picture I like was the one with the lady sitting in the lawn. You know, I used my X100VI. I said V earlier, pardon that. I used my X100VI telezoom, or on the camera, telezoom, yes, I'm saying it right, and cropped in as much as I can to kind of close in and get the composition I wanted which was the two ladies sitting there and these feet sticking up out of nowhere behind one of the ladies' heads. Obviously, there was three ladies, but it made for an interesting looking scene. And then the last picture I really enjoyed that I took, and I'm glad I took two of them, as you saw, was the one of the fellow that was suntanning. He was enjoying himself, but I wanted to make sure I captured the scene that he put himself, the environment he put himself in while he relaxed, took his time getting his sun rays and reading a book, which I thought was awesome. He saw me taking the picture. He didn't give a care, and he just was enjoying himself in the environment he put himself in. I thought that was fantastic. If you guys want to find out more about Bill, I found out a lot about him going to the hillgallery.com website. They have a number of different artists featured. They have other works of Bill's outside of the Detroit City Street work he did, and you can check that out there. When it comes to what I would like to do in incorporating his style into my style it's just exactly that, which is just when I see stuff that I like on the street, just take the image. I generally will try to shoot something that's by happenstance, that you wouldn't expect happened on the street or thought really was real, that somebody caught on the street. I try to go after more images like that, which will lead to me really kind of waiting and trying to see if something develops, whether that's catching a person in mid-stride where their feet might be off the ground, and things like that. But not really just taking pictures of everything and documenting what I see in front of me, which could make for some really cool, really nice images like Bill has taken. And I like that. I like that a lot. I didn't have to think too much other than the fact that I liked something and I took a picture of it. I would definitely look to incorporate that into my style to give myself kind of honestly a break from trying to kind of sit and fish so much like I do sometimes when I'm out doing my street images. And I'm looking forward to doing a little bit more of what Bill's style was like incorporated into mine, so that it's not always me trying to capture the unexpected, if you will, and more document what I see in front of me. With that, guys, the channel is definitely growing. I do like all of the growth from you guys. Thank you very much. I, of course, love the comments. Thank you, guys. Keep commenting. Let me know on this one again. How did I do on my images? Was I close to Bill? And then as I continue to work with the podcast that you'll see coming twice a month, I will see about shooting in the style of the artists that we're repping for that podcast at that time. So if you haven't seen the inaugural podcast, go into the video library, check it out, leave your comments, let me know what you guys think, and then ask some questions so we can have some material or more material for the future podcast. With that, thanks again, guys, for making it all the way to the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed the images. Hope you enjoyed the content I brought to you today. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy your week.